let's talk about higher education in America. We're all told it's the golden ticket, right? The one surefire path to a better life. But what happens when the price of that ticket becomes a trap all on its own? Okay, I know what you're thinking. Financial abuse? That sounds pretty extreme. But just hang with me for a second. Because when you put the American system side by side with almost any other developed country, you start to see why people are using language that strong. And this slide right here really boils it all down. It's about a fundamental difference in philosophy. Do we see higher education as a public investment that benefits everyone? Or is it a luxury product sold to the highest bidder? Well, it's pretty clear which path America's gone down. Which brings us to our first major point. The American way of doing this isn't just a little bit different. It's a true global anomaly. I mean, think about it. In places like Germany or France or across Scandinavia, college is either totally free or so heavily subsidized that debt is just not part of the equation. For students there, the biggest stress is passing their exams, not signing up for a loan that's bigger than a mortgage. It creates a completely different starting line for your adult life. So let's talk about the price tag for that luxury product here in the States. And you might want to brace yourself. This is where we get to the part that can only be described as sticker shock. $80,000. Just let that number sink in for a moment. And get this. This is often the starting price for a 4-year degree at a public, in-state university once you add up all the costs. The starting price. From there, the sky's the limit. If you're looking at a private university, it is not at all strange for the total cost to blow right past $200,000. And let's be crystal clear about this. We are not talking about becoming a doctor or a lawyer here. This is the price for a standard, regular bachelor's degree, the same degree we tell our kids is the absolute bare minimum to get a decent job. It's the obvious question, isn't it? How in the world is an 18-year-old or their family supposed to come up with that kind of cash? Well, the system has an answer. And that answer is built on a mountain of debt. Which leads us right into our next section, and it's a pretty heavy one. A future sold. Because when a teenager signs those loan papers, that's exactly what's on the table. This is the brutal reality of it. Before you even have your first real job, a huge chunk of your future paychecks for the next 10, 20, sometimes even 30 years doesn't belong to you. It's already been sold to a lender. And this isn't some abstract financial idea. It changes your life in very real ways. That huge monthly payment becomes the silent boss of every major decision you make. You want to buy a house? Maybe when you're 40. Start a family? Can we afford it? Take a risk on a new business idea? No way, it's too dangerous. That debt just quietly runs your life for decades. Now, if you think that sounds pretty bad, well, there's another piece to this puzzle. It's a detail most people have no idea about. And it's what makes student debt completely different from almost any other kind of debt in America.
You see, our financial system has a built-in safety net, a last resort. If you get buried under credit card bills, medical debt, even a mortgage, and you just can't pay, there's a legal process called bankruptcy. It's a chance to hit reset.
But here's the kicker. That safety net, it has a giant hole in it, put there on purpose. And that hole is for student loans. This one type of debt is special. You can lose everything, your job, your house, your health, and that student loan balance will still be right there, waiting for you. And the government has some pretty incredible powers to collect on it. They don't have to ask nicely. They can just take money right out of your paycheck. They can snatch your tax refund before you ever see it. It will shadow you for the rest of your life. In fact, one of the sources for this explainer didn't say it follows you. It says it hunts you. So after all of that, it brings us to the $200,000 question, doesn't it? If the system is this brutal, this unforgiving, why do millions and millions of people sign on that dotted line every single year? Because for young Americans, the decision is never really presented that way. The cultural message from the time you're a little kid is overwhelming. College is the only path. It's the only way to succeed. And this is the absolute core of it. Students aren't really choosing debt. They are choosing hope. The hope that this degree, this piece of paper, is their ticket to a better life. The hope that the sacrifice is going to be worth it. They're betting everything they have on the American dream. And that brings this whole thing full circle. It's this incredible and, frankly, tragic paradox at the very heart of the American system. The thing that's supposed to set you free is so often the very thing that traps you. So that's the final thought we want to leave you with. It's a question that really makes you wonder about the definition of opportunity in America. What does it really mean when the price of hope is
Stay curious and subscribe to know more. See you next time. And thank you for watching.